Okay, so moving on. Windman. Why do they make me keep the air cool in here? I hate this job. Oh, I wonder what's happening there. Okay, we come to the end of the train and I'm back on the station or the platform, whatever, along the other side. Okay, cool. Thought my game had frozen there for a minute. 52nd place, Yoshi Tom. Poorly named level. No kidding. Score 25.6. 31, 23, 24, 20, 30. One noble nickel, one energy element, 3 noble nickels. Blair. And another skip teleporter. Never a good sign. Anyway, yeah, what we're doing, the level legit. And apart from one screen on this that basically can go screw itself, and I'll be probably not cheating per se, I mean, but more just making use of what I've got. I actually kind of like this stage. I think I'm surprised to sort of see so many. I'm going to get rid of this bloody thing on the ground here because it's just going to annoy the hell out of me. Because I'm probably going to fall quite a bit as well. I'm also going to try and take out this wall shooter enemy. Yeah, because again, that's just going to be incredibly annoying. And hey, let's just leave the Hornet Chaser on screen, shall we? Because it might actually just continuously deal with all the friggin' enemies coming from the thing. Although now it's I can't shoot while I'm on the rotating platform, but no big deal. But yeah, I feel like this level gets panned mainly for its tornado platform gimmicks, and to me, I find that so disappointing. I feel like there's a lot of we'll probably actually see it in the comments because a lot of these actually really stuck out to me. I feel like, dang it, there's quite a few that are like, oh, I hate the Tornado Man platforms, or I hated Tornado Man stage because of these platforms. I actually freaking love Tornado Man stage. One of my favourites of all of the entire classic series. I loved it. I don't know whether it was just the music really helped as well. Tornado Man's got one of my favourite tracks ever. But I found Tornado Man stage to be really pretty straightforward and a lot of fun. And it sort of, saddens me to sort of see that, hear that people, don't really like the Tornado Man platforms or indeed Tornado Man stage as a whole, purely because of those platforms. I actually really like the, Tornado Man platforms. I can't say I'm a fan of this, fighting this bloody, frog boss thing, or whatever the hell it is, with this platform, because it is incredibly hard to actually hit the bloody eyes. I'm probably going to be here for quite a while, because I'm sort of taking my time to jump on the platform and then jump up and shoot the guy in the eyes. He does seem to absolutely alternate between shooting. That was terrible. Between shooting a bomb and then actually rushing at me here. So that's the thing I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to jump up after he's done his hurtle at me, because I know he's then going to do the bomb, and it gives me a bit of time to react to it. So yeah, that's at least one way of kind of doing this. That's what I'd recommend. Wait for him to sort of finish the charge attack, and then attack. Attack when you've got more time, because if you're trying to attack while his eyes are going to pop out at you, you're probably going to take a hit. So that would be my advice for that. Attack, attack after he's flung his eyes at you. Okay, we've got the wind gimmicks in place here, and I remember this noble nickel because it's incredibly annoying. Just really, really randomly placed wall here, or no wall here. Sorry. But you'll see from the other side. You'll see from the other side when I maybe get through. Assuming there's a wall here, yeah, I can get through. Yeah, you come up to this area, and it looks like obviously once you come to the screen before it. So yeah, you can see now I can't get back. But obviously, if I'd taken the lower route, you'd see there's a noble nickel up on the screen above. You're like, well, how do I get that? And you're like, oh, okay, maybe you come round this way, but you can't get through here. You can't get back to the previous screen. So the only way you can get to it is from the screen before it. But you're obviously going to have to replay it again to do that. Not so bad in itself, but yeah, it's just a random wall just stuck there for no reason whatsoever. And anyway, here we come to the screen that can absolutely go screw itself. At least in terms of me trying to do it normally. Because pulling off the jump from the rotating platform there, where you're spinning on the platform up to having to first kill the enemy. And not take a whole bunch of damage in itself, and then make the jump from a rotating platform, because it doesn't even go all the way over to the left-hand side there. Pulling off that jump from being on the top of the rotating platform to the stationary platform. I'm just noticing I'm running out of my bloody weapon here. Just hung about on the spikes there, and now I've got none of it left. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite me. But yeah, making that jump is awful. I think I tried about 6 times, yeah, 6 times trying to pull that off. I just thought, screw it. I'm fed up going back to. I think there's a checkpoint just after the Toadman mini boss, but I just thought, well, screw that. I cannot pull that jump off, so I'm going to go with the Sega Carne and just bounce along the spikes, because that one jump there can absolutely go screw itself. Yeah, I honestly have no real problem with the Tornado Man platforms. I'm not saying I'm going to pull this off like flawlessly, yeah, no. What can I say? I really like Tornado Man stage. I really, really did. Timing for this doesn't seem to be working out very nicely, so I might have to maybe reset or go now. Yeah, might have to sort of make a jump and try and reset this, but because this is just not timed very nicely at all. I'm certainly going to have to wait for another couple of cycles or so. But yeah, I mean, admittedly, Rush Jet or Super Arrow over this would be an idea. But yeah, again, I have no problem with this kind of stuff at all. I found this really fun in the original Tornado Man stage, and absolutely perfectly fine here. No issue with it at all. He says as he makes a bit of a mess of that. Okay, yeah, good. Got on the right hand side now. Yeah, I mean, again, I think a lot of judges actually specifically. So I remember this stage very well in terms of the judges' comments. Normally, I don't remember judges' comments, but when there's a level I actually really like, particularly with a gimmick I really like, and there's a lot of criticism for it, it tends to sort of stick out. But yeah, this screen in particular, I think, came in for heavy criticism, and just sort of saying, well, yeah, well, we'll see in the comments. I won't labour that point any more at the moment. But yeah, no, just. I really like this stage. What can I say? I'm not too sure about these jumps, I must admit. That one in particular can probably I don't fancy too much. So I think I might try and just super arrow that, because I don't fancy pulling off that jump. But yeah, that's a separate issue and nothing, frankly, to do with the Tornado Man platforms. Let's see if we can get some health and or bolts from you. I was about to say and or there, but of course I'm not going to get both. I'm conscious I've got one more Noble Nickel to get as well, and I can't remember exactly where it is, so yeah, need to be on the lookout for that. I think I've got one more to get anyway. Oh, actually, don't do that. Now that I remember this screen, pretty sure it's actually... Excuse me? I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to do that. What? Can you, like, lower your arms? What? You surely are not meant to do that. That's ridiculous. What? That's ridiculous. I don't recall that happening before. What? How the bloody hell do you hit the thing? Seriously, how do you hit him? Okay, I'm going to chalk that. I'm definitely gonna would be docking points for that. Don't recall that happening. What the hell? And I accidentally slid instead of jumped. Flipping-tastic. Well, I might just for quickness sake use Rush Jet or Super Arrow over this this time. I've proved I can do it, and I proved it wasn't that difficult. I think, or at least in my opinion. So I'll Rush Jet over this time. But what an annoying. Yeah, that was very annoying at the on these later screens. Don't know quite what happened. That one enemy just wouldn't lower his shield, just had his arms up and just wouldn't do anything. So I couldn't get by him. I had to just run into him and damage myself. And then friggin' accidentally slid into bloody sodding spikes rather than jump over them. I am finding that I'm doing that quite a bit in this game, as I probably said in other parts, where I'm sort of sliding when I want to be jumping, but which obviously can be well, or will be an enormous annoyance, but oh well. Let's not get cocky with that. Yeah, thank you. Was it just that life something had obviously gone horribly wrong there, because that was weird. That was weird and should not have happened. Yeah, we've got the rain physics in place here, but they're working with me so I can make longer jumps than I otherwise wouldn't be able to make. Of course, that does mean I've got to be careful when making sort of just normal jumps when I'm trying to dodge stuff, because obviously, I can't just jump straight up and be safe. If I jump straight up, I'm going to move to the left as part of my movement with the rain going on. Yeah. Anyway, clumsy death aside, and that one really, really weird glitch with the big enemy, the shielded enemy, just made it impossible for me to hit him. A pretty fine level, I think. Well, I really like Tornado Man platforms. I'm going to keep saying it. This is an interesting Vault Man fight where, for the most part, when he's up at the ceiling, you can't actually really see you can't exactly see him sort of forming. But he never seems to sort of jump high enough. Oh, dang it! He never seems to sort of jump so high, just normally, that you wouldn't be able to tell, what he's doing. So he jumps up, obviously, to get his electric barrier up, but after that, he's not exactly obscured from view very much. So, yeah. No real problem with the Vault Man fight. And I've no real problem with the level. I really liked it. I missed a friggin' Noble Nickel. Bugger. That's annoying. What did I miss? Ah. Okay, well, I'm going to have to take a quick cut there. I'll go back through the level and see if I can see if I missed a secret area or something, presumably that's housing the Noble Nickel. I swear I'd got all three of them there. Must have had a brain lapse or something, I think. But yeah, okay, fine. Well, we'll see if we can find that missing Noble Nickel. Aha! Found it. Looks pretty suspicious when I stopped to take note of the screen, but yeah, missed it on the first go through. Got distracted by the tornado platform screen, but yeah, a fairly suspicious looking area to slide through on the end of that screen. So yeah, here's the last Noble Nickel. The chaos begins. A Mega Man level design contest seemed like a dream come true. Unfortunately, I have tendency to procrastinate on these sort of contests until I give up bothering to enter. CNE VLTC I said I was going to enter, but I convinced myself that this was the contest that I'd finished something for. However, I did lots of scrapping, which I will be talking about in this journal. I will be addressing the following comment by Mr. Curran. Stormy Spire, a mistake. My first attempt at making a level was called Stormy Spire, and the furthest I ever got with it was 8-ish screens and a Mega Man 10 style lift section. I decided to show off what little I'd done in the Mag Mammal 2 Discord to get some feedback. It was bad. I did try to fix it, but after playtesting it for a bit, I realised how bad the level in general was, so I decided to simply start over. That's also when I started to run out of ideas. Fire and Ice isn't nice. My second attempt was simple enough, a Fire and Ice level. I ended up losing interest in making the level quickly, only 6 screens done, and with the deadline nearing, I simply gave up. At this point, I felt like this was going to be yet another contest I failed to enter. Thankfully, a few events gave me inspiration again. That actually said inspiration, I think, but I think you meant inspiration. Take 3 of 3. Two things happened. The deadline was extended, and Mega Man 2.5D was released. 2.5D was, to keep it short, disappointing for many people. But I noticed many people complained about Tornado Man's magnet platforms, even though I didn't have trouble with them playing through 2.5D. So I wondered if magnet platforms could actually be made fun, and that led to the level you see before you. Question is, did I manage to make them enjoyable? I guess that's up to the judges. And I hope I win. Take you out because you were annoying me earlier on in the level. Well, not that specific one, but yay, there we go. I won't bother completing the rest of the level, but yeah, there was the third Noble Nickel. Lovely. And I guess I'm sorry to labour the point, but I'll reiterate again. I love Tornado Man stage. I really enjoyed the gimmick with his platforms in that stage, and yeah, I had no problem with Tornado Man stage. And for the most part, I found this level pretty fun. There are a few screens where, when you start mixing them with lots of enemies, where this sort of becomes an issue. But and I do find that one screen I paused on for ages with the Sega Carne, the jump there you have to pull off can absolutely go screw itself. But beyond that, no. I really enjoyed the stage. I guess I would dock points now that I know there's some weird glitch, unless I replayed the level however many times and that thing didn't happen. I guess I could have actually carried on that level just a tiny bit more and seen whether that shielded enemy that just put his fist up again without being able to hit him or damage him or anything like that. That would have gone a long way to saying whether or not that was just a one-time glitch or something that happens frequently. But yeah, no. Overall, I'm pretty sure the judges are going to be fairly harsh actually on the Tornado Man platforms in particular. But and I guess that's why there's a skip teleporter there. I don't think that stage warrants a skip teleporter. Even if you hate the thing, surely you could use Rush Coil, Wire, Rush Jet, or Super Arrow to get through. I'm not quite sure what the need for a skip teleporter. The level wasn't that bad, surely. Anyway, let's see. I appreciate that you built a pretty good level out of Tornado Man platforms, that I hate with a passion, by the way, but oh my god, some of these rooms are so much garbage. I hate the room with the cannon and the two magnet platforms. It's incredibly finicky and almost luck-based to time yourself so that you'll get the right frame of animation to jump to make those ridiculous jumps. And then there's spikes everywhere, so it's really hard to reposition yourself. I really wanted to beat this level without special weapons, but that room just killed me so much, and the checkpoint is so far back, it's just... back. Don't know what that is. I'll leave that alone. The other issue I have is the one room with the Piripi, Joe, Biri and stationary magnet platform. The last jump before the ladder is ridiculously precise and it's really dumb. Other than that, the level was fine, but I was a bit disappointed that the final stretch of the level just kind of dropped the gimmick in favour of enemy challenges. It kind of took a few playthroughs to really enjoy it though. My initial experience with the stage was mainly just getting killed on the first few screens because they're pretty difficult to deal with on a blind playthrough. Overall, the stage has good design ideas, but I don't think it turns out to be very fun, mainly because of that one room, that one jump, and some rooms being very overwhelming first playthroughs. Thanks for reminding me why I hated Tornado Man stage. You went ham with these platforms. This level has a very inconsistent difficulty curve. Some sections were cakewalks, while others took me several attempts to beat legitimately, and were just insane. Rain plus Tornado Man platform section. Not only that, but this level was annoying. The Tornado Man platforms are very finicky in this engine, making a lot of jumps come up short. The room with the shield attacking near the beginning is a good example. Also, there should have been more checkpoints. Sorry, I read your message on what your goals with this level were, and I think these platforms are at the core of most of its problems. It's not so much about your usage of them, but rather the platforms themselves, as they would make every scenario more stressful than it needs to be. I really appreciate the effort though, and while I didn't have much fun getting shot into spikes or pits from a mistimed button press, putting the long platforming section across the pit off properly felt pretty great. This level also suffers from a tendency to put a bit too many enemies on screen at once, especially near the start, and there is a really silly jump near the end which got me jumping into a ceiling spike more often than I want to admit. It's kind of sad how I feel like this stage would have been more fun if only it used the more standard guts lifts or a variety of different platforms as its main focus. Seriously, why does this level have such awful level design? I can't even count the amount of times extreme precision and timing is needed in order to get through the obstacles and enemies without taking damage, or even without dying. Not to mention the absolutely intolerable mini-boss and serious lack of checkpoints. It's a darn shame that good ideas and beautiful graphics are greatly overshadowed by the pitiful level design and endless frustration caused by trying to get through the stage. I wonder how many people will actually attempt to take on the challenges as you set them, or just use the weapons to bypass everything. People are either going to love this stage or despise it. I'm kind of the latter. It is mentioned during the stage whether or not you could make the Tornado Man platforms fun. Well, they're certainly competently executed, I'll give you that. Some of the situations they're stuck in, though, not so much. Strangely enough, your biggest problem might just be the enemies used and the sheer number of them. The early screens of the stage are a bit crazy in areas where very little control is given to the player to safely dodge stuff. It's all rather infuriating. Simply toning down the enemies could have made this more enjoyable. The later segments start becoming much more tolerable and better in design. I even like the spike crazy segment just past the checkpoint for what it's worth. It's a crazy backward difficulty curve. Luckily the rest of the stage and general competence of everything makes up for it. But that one of course were sneaky as sin. I think the second one probably should have had an altered or redrawn graphics, making it not so unlikely that it's hidden where it is, because even the first one will likely be bypassed the first time you go through the screen, and that one does have a recolored graphic. Okay, maybe I was a bit harsh on what I thought the judges were going to say on that level, but yeah, I mean, again, fairly mixed picture, but yeah, maybe I remember them being more harsh on maybe just Tornado Man and the platforms rather than the stage itself, but yeah, anyway. I really like that level. I'm going to leave it at that. Toad Man. I saw two red robots down here earlier today. I think they were arguing about something. Okay, I think we must be, yes, approaching near the end of Tier 4. Lovely. We've got one more level to go for the boss though. 51st place, Trainman 2177 WS. Enhanced Mobility. Score 25.8. 29, 21, 28, 31, 20. 2 energy elements, 3 noble nickels. Okay. And from memory, this isn't so bad, but it feels rather random. Let's just put it that way. And if memory serves as well, it's got a really sort of almost silly kind of secret path, or indeed alternate area, where the other noble nickel is. And I've got a feeling, yeah, I should have gone to the right hand side because I've missed something. But since I suppose I'm going to have to play this level again, I'll try and take the lower path next time, and we'll see what's down there. But yeah, don't get me wrong, this is sort of fun to a degree, but it seems a bit kind of just sort of, you know, just hold a direction button and you'll progress, you know, and you'll sort of be warped through these areas. But yeah, which is not so bad. I mean, its main gimmick is the Gravity Man, not Gravity Man, Galaxy Man. Warp gimmicks, which are fun themselves, but I can't help but feel like it's just a bit too much like a unnecessary climb here, where you just basically hold left or right and go up. I mean, it's neat enough, but you have very little. You just have a lack of control over basically everything. Pretty much the level is almost kind of like just scripted out for you. But anyway, yeah, that was one path. That was one energy element. And one noble nickel that I'm pleased that I got. But yeah, let's try and take the alternative route this time. Good. Assuming that... Thank you. Assuming there must be something down over here. A noble nickel would have actually been appreciated because, yeah. So I can't completely remember where they all are, and I'm slightly disappointed given that I knew this was going to meet up with the path up above. But yeah, there was no noble nickel here. Assuming there's nothing else to the right, no. So, oh, okay. So up we go, and yep, we're back here again now. And I'm just going to avoid those things this time. And we'll continue on with the actual main path, which is to the right. But yeah, basically the whole level is built around these Galaxy Man warp blocks or whatever, which is... What? Well, frankly, I'm not too disappointed about that, given that I can hopefully now jump... Can I jump over that snowboard? And then go and get the noble nickel? Yeah, okay. And I'll... Right, fine, and then we'll come back and get on the snowboard, but... Wow. Talk about glitchy... block placement there. I'm assuming I probably want to go right. Left there, I meant. Okay, that's not good design there. There's a checkpoint there, but there should not be insta-death over there. That's silly. Okay, so definitely marks docs for that. I'm speaking to sort of, just generally speaking, obviously I'm not technically marking these stages per se, but yeah, that's... I mean, I'm fine to have nothing over there, but, you know... Or if there are a set of spikes there as well, which would clearly indicate no, you're not supposed to go there, then again, fine. But don't make it look like there's a potential path you could go there, and have then it being instant death. That's pretty silly. Can I hit you with charge shots? I can. Good. Well, we'll just stay up here then and take care of you there, and we'll mistime that completely. Lovely. Anyway, yeah, like I was saying before I got rudely interrupted by silly death. Am I going... Where am I going here? Down? I presume? Okay. That wasn't immediately obvious. This bit I will give credit for. I do like this vertical sort of scrolling section downwards with the Galaxy Man platforms, except when you screw up. Because most of the time, although I screwed up there, I feel like you've probably got enough leniency to, you know, get down and not die. But clearly that's not the case all the time. I'd like to think most of the time you can sort of go one way and you know and you'll be safe. But yeah, apparently not all the time. Didn't feel like I had much time to react to that one, and yeah, messed up. But yeah, I don't mind the just drop section, but I have to say there's the areas where you sort of are just kind of going up with not really anything else to do but go left and right are just, I don't know, they feel like just a little bit like wasted a lot, and that you yourself are not really kind of doing too much. It's sort of, you know, the level just sort of pans out for you kind of thing, which is, yeah, probably the disappointing aspect of it, I'd say. Okay, fine, let's try the snowboard. Okay, fine. Getting hit all over the place, but not too bad. I'm hoping there's a noble nickel around here somewhere. Actually, I think there is. I think I have to go sort of down a shaft. I think it's going to appear on the right-hand side in just a moment. But yeah, this bit. I mean, don't get me wrong. This bit's not. It's not that it's not like fun to mess around with, but it ultimately feels like it's just kind of scripted out for you. You don't really have to do too much, which is yeah, will probably be the big negative for me with regard to that. So yeah, we'll take the huge leap of faith. We'll come down there. Then we make our way back up again, and yeah, then the energy element is right at the top there, so we'll be done with the level. All 3 Nebel Nickels and both paths completed. Yay. But yeah, I don't know if it's just me, but they're not. It's not like they're not fun, but it feels like there's very little effort the player has to do there in order to get through that stage. It's just, yeah, well, the galaxy warp things just do the job for you. And admittedly, you do have to move left and right, so you can't just keep jumping. You can't just go. You know, it's not like a literal vertical climb where you're doing nothing, but still, I think if you're going to build a stage around that, they could have perhaps been used more innovatively. But that's just me. But oh well. And as I say, yeah, I would be kind of yeah. So there's a couple of weird things there with hitboxes, and also the yeah, the scroll off, the moving to the right hand, moving off screen to the right and killing me. That's bad. You should yeah, seal that with a wall so you can't go that way. Put spikes there so it's obvious it's a death. It's, you know, you shouldn't go that way. But yeah, don't leave a potential screen transition open, but make it so it's death. That's bad. Anyway, judges. This level starts off amazing and ends amazing, but the middle of it is just kind of bleh. I really love your unorthodox usage of the Galaxy Man portals. The ending shaft is really fun and creative, and I love it. I wish the whole level was built around it though, because the rest of the level is less than great. There's long stretches of level which just seem to be every enemy ever placed down everywhere, and they'll just hit you over and over and kill you, and it's just not fun. The side sections are also pretty dumb because not only do they lack any sign commands, they're also incredibly short, and the second one will mainly just consist of you getting hit by enemy spam over and over. Also, that second exit is entirely pointless. The level really gets brought up though by the amazing final section. It's so good. I just wish the whole level was built around it though, because when the level loses focus, it just kind of falls apart. This level was a bit of a disaster, both in terms of design and aesthetics. It felt really like blocks and enemies were just placed wherever and then left there. The sled sections were completely skippable, and it was honestly easy to fly over and shoot enemies with rush jet and actually use the sled, because those sections were very hard to memorise without dying several times due to the many enemies. I don't think that part was tested enough. The part at the end with all the galaxy portals was cool, but it was sometimes unfair because you couldn't see what was above you. This level exists in a weird state between being interesting teleport setups and enemy spam, the latter of which also bleeds in the second of this level's snowboarding segments. I really enjoyed the spike fall and spike rise segments, but the rest of the level strikes me as something that could have been much more if it adhered more closely to the teleporter boost gimmick. There's a lot of undiscovered potential here, but the problem is exactly that. It's undiscovered in this level. I also got killed by a round screenboard at one time. I assume there were spikes on the other end. This level is alright, but it suffers quite a bit from bad enemy placement, especially when so many of them are shooting lots of projectiles that are hard to avoid. The sled sections don't even require the usage of the sled, and if you use it, it becomes ridiculously difficult and short. I like the teleporter gimmick, but it drags on for way too long. Overall, it's not a bad level, but it could be better. Oh dearie me. Playtesting is a good thing, as about half of the gimmicks in this stage are utterly pointless. You can skip using most of them. This includes the Frostman sled, both of them. Without weapons or utilities, I actually completed these two areas without using jet sleds without the jets, but used jet sleds without the jet sled. I'm sorry, but that is hilarious. I went back to play both segments with the jet sled afterwards, and they're not exactly improved by the gimmick, especially with the enemy spam of the second one. This stage wants to do two paths, which is weird because one of the paths is incredibly short, so short in fact it doesn't really warrant existing. Like it feels short enough to only have a noble nickel in it. The other has some thought put behind it and is a decent length at least. Enemy selection is spotty. There are many instances of only a single enemy of a type showing up in the stage. It really doesn't help the level any, mostly because many of these are often badly placed. The tile set appears to be random blocks placed all over the place, at no point does this level seem coherent. I'll give you praise where you deserve it. Your chamber placement was great, and the final room on the long path, while silly, was a very clever way of using the Galaxy Man teleporters. The spike drop area in the level was also well handled. Everything else was a bit lacklustre in most cases and rubbish in others, and the fact that so much of the level can be played by outright ignoring segments is ridiculous. Okay. Well, we're almost done with Tier 4. Talk to Punk. Hey, do you know how to get to the One Direction concert from here? No, I do not. Maybe there'll be the Tier 4 boss. Maybe not. Info Box 1000, Tier 4 boss. Wouldn't that be something though if One Direction were the, the Tier 4 boss? Not going to happen, let's just put it that way. And I like the transition to get to them, to get to the Tier 4 boss as well. And it's Scorchman ×2. Zookman Z. I told you my weapon system is way better than yours. How could you possibly think? And Scorchman for Sunrise. Oh great, Mega Man's here. Ugh, good going. See, if you've just seen how obviously superior I am earlier, we wouldn't have wasted time and had Mega Man catch us. Heh, that's a good one. You know, I don't even see how this is even debatable. My treads make me so much more agile than you. Agile? More like jittery and uncontrollable. Says the one from a bootleg. Says the one from Mega Man Sunrise. Should I just go, or... Fine, let's settle this. The one to land the finishing blow on Mega Man is a superior robot. Fine. Sounds good. Fine. Fine! So yes, we're fighting 2 Scorchmen. And this is a pretty fun fight, I'm going to say. I love what will happen when we sort of take them down. A certain amount of health. I probably should have jumped to the other. I should have jumped to the other side of the other Scorchman there, because now I'm in a bit of a tricky situation. But yeah, the first half of the fight, they sort of do these sort of fireballs from both sides of the screen. Obviously, the ones that are low you need to jump over, and the higher ones you can just duck under. I also like the fact that if you can time it right with charge shots, you can actually shoot both the Scorchmen. Because once one of them's in the middle, the charge shot will go through them, and you can actually attack both. But I'm doing a terrible job on this boss. I've got hit so many frigging times. Blur. Anyway, after you get them down, because I've got 1.5 health bars, so I'm assuming probably 3/5 of the way, or at least down to the last health bar. Something new happens. We're going to have to work together like we were told in order to win. Ugh, fine, I'll do it. Fusion! So they now get bound together with this length of rope, or whatever it is. And we have to basically, this is basically the fight now. They will spend an awful lot of time just at the top of the screen, sort of shooting fireballs. I'm doing so bad. I'm misremembering this boss fight in terms of what the moves they do. So he just darts around at the top of the screen with the fireballs that fall down vertically. After a certain point in time, he'll start dive bombing and then shoot the fire waves kind of along the floor, which you should jump over and not land on. I died to this friggin' boss. That was absolutely appalling. Admittedly. Admittedly, I wasn't. I haven't played this like so often that I know completely what's coming. But my timing's off here. I'm doing absolutely awfully. This is a terrible show. I'd like to think now I know what's coming. I'll do a much better job, and it's already going an awful lot better than it did previously. But good grief, what a terrible show there. And I don't even feel like his second phase is all that, difficult really. He just. The fire waves that they were doing were just it was kept landing on the bloody things, and not jumping over them. I still should have pulled that off, even with my absolutely terrible attempt. But good grief. I'm not quite sure who got no one got the last hit, did they? Unless one of you is doing the scorch sort of. Oh great, just get myself cornered so I can't dodge the bloody fire. Lovely, that's terrific. I don't know if one of them is doing like this attack and the other one is doing the one that actually killed me, but I don't think either one of you per se got like the killing blow. This is a lot better. What? All right, fine. It's not a lot better. Good grief. I mean, it's a lot better in the sense I didn't die, but oh dear, not happy with that. That was awful. But a pretty fun fight, I must say. Pretty nice fight game to fight with both of the Scorchman. I do like the fusion phase as well. It sort of I perhaps wish it didn't sort of stay at the top of the screen just sort of too long where you can't really hit him. At least with the Mega Buster. But overall, I really enjoy that fight when I'm not dying to it and just having an absolute downright awful time. Anyway, we are done with Tier 4, unless I am much mistaken. We're going to have some plot? We are going to have some plot. You again? Ah, I've been waiting for you. There was just something I wanted to get off my chest again. You see, the world is quite vast, is it not? Especially with these simulations now being a thing. The dimensions spread out everywhere, the total power is astonishing. With you experiencing the simulations, the world of fact and fiction seems to be blending, is it not? And yet, no one has stopped to think about how these simulations could be used to destroy everything. You're sounding a bit melodramatic. And either way, if you're so concerned, why haven't you told the festival heads? I've tried. They've decided to laugh me off. I'm thinking about it too much. But Wily could do something with it. Something terrible. Is Wily even smart enough to take advantage of that? You know, considering he's never won. Do not underestimate the power of a desperate man. Danger may be coming soon, so I may have to take matters into my own hands. We'll see. Either way, I must be heading out now. I apologise for the interruption of your activities. And indeed we are done. Yay. 10 energy elements, 16 noble nickels. I'm not quite sure where this is going in terms of length of video, so I think I might actually go speak to Nightman. 620 bolts. Yeah, I'll go speak to Nightman, get my reward for, I think, must have 35 noble nickels, yeah, 42. Okay, fine, we'll talk to Scorchman from Sunrise. I don't know where the other me went, probably off sulking somewhere because we lost. That guy can never admit his failures. Yeah, I'll get some goodies from a goodie from Nightman. Don't think Knight's around as there before, I'll talk to you. I'll get another item from the shop and then plonk myself at the beginning of tier 5, I think. Nightman is so mean, he threatened to ban me from this pub if I rode around on my wheels again. So what if I broke a few dozen bottles? No one else over here. Ah, I can feel that you have at least 35 nickels. Being such a generous patron, I'll allow you access to my secret beer. Be cautious, however. Do I want to collect this now? I'm hoping I can cancel the effect of this at some point in time, but yeah, this is what this does. It basically just distorts the entire screen. Oh yeah, okay. So if I talk to him again, I'm hoping, okay, 50 for the next one. Yeah, by talking to him again, I cancel that effect. Okay, so obviously I haven't got 50. But yeah, there's some beer there which will completely distort, make Mega Man completely drunk and completely distort all the graphics and everything. We'll come back to that gimmick later because I am going to have to use it for something. Yeah, not going to play much of the game with that on. I think you can probably forgive me for that. Oh, I should be using the bloody fast pass I've got, shouldn't I? So back to the shop. I think I should have enough bolts. Yeah, 250. So I'll get this one now, sort of Skull Amulet. If you're dealt a fatal blow by an enemy while having more than 1 health, you will be left with 1 health instead of dying. Okay, fine. Really nice one to have. And yeah, only 1 item left to get now. Charge Buster upgrade. I obviously need a lot more bolts to get that, but yeah. Through tier 4, and yeah, pretty much got all the items I need. I don't think anything here. Yeah, okay, still nothing there to disable, so fine. And I can't actually fast track to tier 5 because don't think I can, at least anyway. But I don't want to do that there. I think tier 5 is actually pretty much near the beginning anyway. Yeah, I can't fast track to tier 5 because I haven't actually been in it. But don't think I need to. I think tier 5 is the next one past tier 1. So we'll just make our way over here. And then, yeah, there's tier 5, along with Flashman. So, yay, I guess I'll leave that there again at the end of the conclusion of another tier. Going pretty well so far, actually. I'm pretty happy with tier 4 overall. It was, you know, marked improvement, I think, on tier 3. Nothing there that was too frustrating, or at least what I felt. A couple of things that were getting a bit irritating on a couple of screens with a particular gimmick or soft lock, something like that. But I think overall, yeah, I'm pretty happy with tier 4. And I'm collecting all the noble nickels. I'm managing to find all those, so I don't have to come back and backtrack through those. So yeah, we're pretty much at full capacity with all the energy elements and noble nickels I could possibly get. So yay! I'll leave it there. Bring on tier 5. Hope to see you for that next time. But until then, cheerio.